I think everyone needs a plan for their life and a plan for their finances.
But because the economy is there's so much uncertainty, they don't know what to do. They're trying to figure it out. We know Social Security is possibly a thing of the past, or in the future a thing of the
Mhm.
past, right?
I think everyone needs a plan for their life and a plan for their finances. I would say the very first step is you design what type of future you want to live. I think most people, there's this quote. Um, I don't know who said it, but it's if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time, right? A lot of people, they just want their finances to improve, but they don't know what that looks like, right? And their finances probably are improving on some level, but they're not feeling any better because they don't actually have a goal. They're just driving no GPS. They don't know where they're going. And then so you need to really get clear on what do I want the next 10 years to look like. And they if they would have just came up with a plan of all right, this is what I want my life to be, and these are the dollars that it would cost to fund that life that I want to live. If they would have just did that, they could have left, you know, in some cases, decades of worry. Because if you're worried about money, it's you if you worry about money to a certain point, you don't even know what it feels like not to worry about money, right? And worrying about money doesn't just mean worrying about how I'm paying the bills, but if you're stressed about the market going down and you've been stressed about the market going down for 10 years, if you're stressed about Social Security and you've been stressed about it for 10 years, right? You don't realize how much brain power that's taken away from your day-to-day life, right? You don't know how much you can now go focus more on your relationship with your kids, how much you can go focus on work more, how much you can enjoy that trip that you're on because you're not worried about those things in the back of your head, but just because you have that level of clarity. But getting that clarity, putting some numbers to the lifestyle you want, that's step one. And then step two is, okay, if we're here and my goal is here, how do we bridge that gap? What are the steps to take? But secondly, is how do I get from point A to point B? And then kind of the hardest part is staying on track and not veering too far from your goals. So it's hard to stay on track for the long term. That's why I'm also a big fan of just automating things.
Mm.
The most financially successful people who I've met, most of them, I won't say most, but a lot of them, they just save automatically.
Mm.
So, in summary, getting a plan. Are you on track, off track? A plan to how to bridge the gap, and then executing that plan with guidance.